Hi, I'm Devon Barkway, an engineering and project delivery manager for Raute Corporation. As the past year has proven, the rapid pace of change affects the way we work. In this presentation, I will give you a glimpse into the future of production management and how the changes and developments in technology that we are seeing now will completely change the landscape of production management in the future. How, you may ask? Let's take a look, using 3 different perspectives. First perspective, the megatrend of data rules all, and how data will be the key driver of future production management. How will data be different from traditional and current production data? Second perspective, the everyday life in the mill. What does the organization look like? Who runs the mill? And what are the essential skills and focus points that should be mastered in order to create the best possible value? Third perspective, the importance of communication. We believe the future production managers and mill managers will play an even greater role in an organization, standing at the crossroads of different functions, communicating and building bridges between top management, customer needs, marketing, and production. Data rules all. Intelligence and data-driven activities have become more and more common in the manufacturing industries. Various tools, software, indicators, and sensors have found their way into traditional production facilities, modernizing their processes. In the veneer, plywood, and LVL production industry, data-driven manufacturing has also been proven to be an efficient and more profitable way to do business. The more data that is available from production, the more it can be analyzed and be used to make the correct decisions. For example, different production variations can be tried and tested, and the data from each test can be recorded and analyzed in the search of the most optimal production conditions, or, one step further, to run virtual production simulations using legacy production data. In other words, using information from production in the past to run tests in a computer with different production parameters, without having to physically test them in real life with valuable raw materials, energy, and human resources. Data rules all is a trend that will continue to develop in the future, and even faster than it has been developing up until this moment. In fact, there will be an exponential increase. Data rules all is already present in our everyday lives, and so sophisticated in some industries, such as marketing, social media, and various service industries, that we are not even aware of it. Production industries will follow, and data will be king. One practical example of this is that there are now cheap and reliable solutions that generate data from even the simplest of machine components, such as recording the runtime of individual machine bearings. This data can be used to plan preventive maintenance tasks and avoid costly downtime. Who could have thought this was even viable 20 years ago? However, as we can all imagine, data is almost worthless if one cannot process data into knowledge and use this knowledge to determine the necessary actions that will increase the productivity of production. Data rules production management in various ways. Firstly, production management decisions are based upon real-time data. Supporting this real-time data is the master data collected from longer periods of time. This master data provides context and a reference to which we can compare the real-time data. Secondly, data is used to forecast customer needs based on market and master data. To keep more complex and fast-changing operations under control, they need end-to-end visibility across the boundaries of systems. To make the right decisions, they not only need real-time production data, but also the context of master data coming from PLM or ERP systems. This will result in producing the right amount of the right product at the right time. Thirdly, data is utilized in production performance management. Not only can we follow the production output, but also the performance of individual ships. Lastly, data plays a crucial role in keeping the uptime as much as possible, providing valuable information for predictive maintenance activities. Currently, production managers use this type of data to make decisions, but the depth and the breadth of data in the future will increase tremendously and be used as the key optimization driver of production management. Let's move on to the second perspective, the everyday life in the mill. With data-driven production, transforming the way production management is being executed, we see various changes happening in the everyday life of the mill. Because of automation and an increase in AI-driven activities, we see organizations getting leaner, and the need for so-called manual jobs is disappearing from the factory floor. Data-driven activities will increase the significance of software and system knowledge, both for production managers and mill workers. Therefore, the required skill set of future production management teams is going to be different than that of today. But what are these different skills? First of all, it will be essential to facilitate constant learning for those who work with production processes. The learning toolbox will not only use traditional means, such as coursework, but will also include solutions for gamifying learning, as well as comprehensive e-learning. Related to constant learning, we believe that HR activities will also play a bigger role in production management. With jobs being more automated and data-driven, activities such as job rotation, flexible task allocation, and skills to task matching will be essential in keeping workers motivated and retaining staff. With the increasing amount of data, it cannot be emphasized enough that those who can utilize data in the right way will prosper in organizations. Strong software skills and the ability to master digital tools will be essential, since more and more time will be spent analyzing data and reporting with digital tools. As mentioned earlier, production management stands at the crossroads of organizations. Therefore, strong communication skills and systems will play an even bigger role in the future. And lastly, the ability to manage agile production models that are truly responsive, almost predictive, of rapidly changing customer needs will be vital for productivity and profitability. On to our third perspective. Communication matters. We want to emphasize the importance of communication as an absolute necessity point of view for the future production management. Being at the crossroads of production and other organizational activities puts a lot of pressure on mastering communication between all stakeholders. Coming down one road are the mill workers and production management teams. Coming down the other roads are all stakeholders, including the company board, business units, sales, marketing, and customers, to name a few. In the future, the ability for production management to process data and communicate it effectively to all stakeholders will be even more important than it has been, as the amount of data will increase exponentially, and the tools we use to communicate become more digitized and in real time. Communication has two main aspects. Traditional communication, strategies made by top management, customer needs from sales, requests from marketing departments, and various other information must be communicated to production clearly and understandably. The ability to prioritize and make decisions on which information is relevant to production activities is at the very core of successful production operations. Digital communication. Reporting production numbers and data gathered from production to top management will help management make better decisions. Conversely, data and information provided to production allow for better inventory handling and the ability to create the right amount of the right products at the right time. In conclusion, we can say that we're truly excited about the ongoing change. The data-driven future of veneer, plywood, and LVL production is transforming the industry to be more precise, more profitable, and more sustainable. Production management is a key pillar in supporting this change.